A very warm welcome to the iconic Kyalami Grand Prix circuit. I'm Gareth Burley, alongside me Stephen Koenig, and we've got an amazing 2 days. And folks, Christmas is around the corner. December is coming up this weekend, and it's certainly feeling quite festive here this weekend, Steve.
Well, I think I got my early Christmas gift, and that is just by being at the beautiful Kyalami and with the racing that we're about to see for this entire weekend. I'm on edge. I'm ready for it. It's super exciting. Been down in the pits, chatting to drivers, even got my hands on a dirty gearbox as well. But it just tells you how the drivers are coming in full force to go for the wins. And considering we're going into the 3 hours and 20 minutes of racing for round 5 of the championship.
Right, so the grid's lining up here for the first of 2 big races in the South African Endurance Series. It's the 3 hours of Kyalami, well, 3 hours 20. We'll talk about that in a moment. But Nadine is down in the pit. We're going to cross over to her and find out how the action is building up for us here ahead of the big race.
A favorite always to see on pole. Congratulations for making pole. It was a bit of a close call. I mean, it's great to have these young blood guys like Charles Visser on the team, but when they spin out and then still manage to make a 1 minute 40, I mean, it's all smiles, right?
Yes, he made a slight mistake on his, I think, his third flyer, and for people like me, I then feel all embarrassed and ashamed that I'd made a spin and not go faster. But he then shakes it off and bangs in such a good lap, and he's completely unfazed when he comes back in. So yeah, he did well. But the car's strong.
Yeah, obviously last year was a bit unfortunate. We had an alternator issue, so we tried to get out just to finish the race. But yeah, it's one of those things. That's how it works out sometimes. But yeah, this weekend's quite a long weekend of the 3 hour and the 9 hour tomorrow. But now the full focus from the whole team is just to maximize this race and to try to get a bit of a bigger buffer going into the 9 hour to take a bit of pressure off. But still a lot of work ahead.
Well, we're mixed up with the 3 hour guys, obviously, so we got to respect that and not ruin the race for them. But obviously, I'd like to beat Charles, so I guess he's my closest competition. Yeah. I've raced with him many times, so we're good friends. But it'll be a good, clean dice with him. And I'm not too worried about the championship. I'm going to just focus on this race.
We'll see. Yeah, we're just doing the 1 hour today for fun, just to get the eye in for the 9 hours. So yeah, the Audi is coming out later. So yeah, this is just me having a bit of fun for the weekend.
We've got a great team, and I'll have to keep it out of trouble for the first stint, and then hopefully they will bring it home.
Yeah. Look, I mean, everyone that talks about BBR talks about the consistency of the team as well as the consistency of the car and stuff. So I have no doubt that you guys are going to bring it home.
Yeah, but I mean, you never know in motor racing. You know, motor racing, anything can happen. I mean, so far we've been lucky with the car, and we hope it continues.
How are you feeling today?
Oh, we're feeling good. It's a lovely day, ready to race. I mean, it's a Friday and we're at the track already, so starting the day off right with a nice race, 3 hours 20, so it's not too long. So yeah, hopefully we can do well today, go and have some fun and just do some good racing.
It's all about who's going to make it into the corner first. Side by side they go, making their way onto the main straight. Lights will be ablaze as we red light, and we will be going green.
First of 2 big race weekends, and we are underway. Looks like the Lamborghini just a little ahead there coming across the start line, but it's a wide first Crowthorne corner that welcomes them. And as we've seen before in the year, it takes the Nova a few laps really to get up to speed, but everybody please safely through there. We've got 12 hours of racing to come.
Now, well, heading into turn 2, you can fit 3 GT3 cars without any problems, and as they snake their way up, it looks like the Ginetta getting some pressure put on as JP Morrow all the way out from Brazil, going and having a great time and really pushing Craig Jarvis a little bit, who didn't want to interfere too much, but it looks like he doesn't want to lose out to the Norman Nova ahead of him.
Wow, 2 cars going side by side through sunset. You don't see that quite often, but here we go, the Nova already up to pace. Nick Adcock then taking over the lead from Kolile. And is this a sign of things to come? Looks like in previous races he was happy to hold back. Yeah, he seems like he just wants some free, clean air.
You don't want to get caught out too much, and he's starting to open up the gap half a second at the looks of it, where the Inter-Africa is getting sucked in by the likes of Craig Jarvis in the Ginetta, who's going to have the advantage because the Ginetta is the same as the Nova. It has got a great power-to-weight ratio, but JP right up on the inside takes the dive, gets it side by side, and it does look like Steve Clark joining in for the fight as well. That is the number 10 car. That would be the Blackman car, if I am correct.
That's right, CJ Blackman, JP Brenner, And there we go, confirmation there. So to just slow down their safety car. We'll have to pick them up. Oh, they're going to have to brake quite hard. There we go. He seems to have lost momentum a little bit. Is he backing off out of, hey, this is not my fight? Taking the wide corner as Charles Arangis comes on the inside once again of the Ginetta. Those are the three that are lining up there now. The Mercedes, the Lamborghini, and the Ginetta. Those are the three that are battling for the victory in the 1 hour dash. So JP not really racing those two cars in front of him. Doesn't need to take any risks.
So not quite sure where the contact was.
Change.
It was a little bit later.
Yeah, there we go. Change and slowing down there for Kolili. He was really caught out. He was on the inside. And here he goes now, dropping down.
2 positions in 1 corner, and now Craig Jarvis is onto the back of him. What is going on?
Just to remind you, 6 various categories. So you'll see them there listed on the timing. We've got Class A, Class B, Class C. We don't see it on that timing sheet. They're a little further down. Class D, and then of course our roadsters
locking up. That's going to be,
oh, and it's going to be a spin there.
That's a spin
as we jump on board here with the Adjust for Sleep car coming up behind Craig Jarvis now. And just look at the pace. Craig Jarvis clearly has some speed going on there on the main straight, that's for sure. But let's see what happens in the corners as they make their way down into what is officially known as
there we go.
The inside.
Dive him on the inside.
Oh my goodness, Nick Adcock spun out.
It really has been a faultless drive from Craig Jarvis in the 68 car. Checkered flag will be in view now as he comes onto the main straight, winning the 1 hour.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
There we have it, the MSA flag waving furiously there.
Okay, so he's doing 2 laps cool down. We just got confirmation. 2-lap cool down for Craig Jarvis. Thanks, Steve, for that information there. As we see the 72 car of Steve Clark now thinking to himself, Jarvis, you need to get out of the way. I've got a race to win.
The cool down lap, he's still running at 147.
Oh, and that's causing some problems for Steve Clark. Steve Clark runs a little bit wide there, and the gap now between the two of them much bigger. Steve Clark is not going to be happy about that.
As into the pits for a scheduled stop, I would imagine, comes Nick Adcock in the number 15. We should have a driver change. One of the roadsters having stopped on the side of the track, so this will once again be a safety car.
Here's the replay now. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness, through the S's, straight over the dirt. Oh, that is not good. That is not a good place to go. Oh, hard onto the curb over there. The 42 car not doing very well. That's Hirsch over there. Looks like we're going racing again. The green flag is out. And there goes Steve Clark, followed by Stuart White, who immediately goes for the overtake down the inside. Stewie now just jumping into the car, into the first corner, and the 72 car has no problem slotting in behind. And those are things that with clever use of data and the right people to analyze that data, you can quickly figure, oh my goodness, the 169 car spins out on the main straight. Luckily, no issues there. Luckily, not hitting the wall. Oh, as the rest of the field makes their way past, they're going to have to take evasive action. And a very, very close incident over there. As we see the 27 car, that's Fabian Lance. Fabian Lance, who was fighting for second place over there with a bit of a moment on the final sector.
Keegan Masters brings the Porsche into the pits now, the number 5.
Well, this could also be Keegan Masters. You can see now it looks like there's going to be a tyre change and a driver change. Okay, but here he goes, diving into the pits as we thought. Stuart White, our race leader, 45.6 seconds from first to second. We're going to keep an eye on that time. And we're going to see if we're going to try and see if we can find out if Charles Visser needs to pit.
The Nova coming through.
Right, they're lifting up now for the tyres, so you've got to do the fuel separately. Fuel was done, tyres come off, brand new tacky is going on, and all set to go. This is going to be very exciting. Where is Charles Visser? Is he coming out of Ingwe yet? We're down. Stuart White is down, he's staying in the car.
Oh, there's a problem with the back left. The problem with the back left didn't go on properly.
This is so, and
there it roars into life now.
Okay, right, he's off, and it is Charles Visser now into the lead. Already got a comfortable lead. He's now at the S's.
We've got the number 55, which also had a gearbox issue yesterday during practice. I don't know who's at the wheel at the moment. Have a look in a bit, but that was at Ingwe. Another machine with Ghost at the moment is the Swiss Hotels Adapt Backdraft, which is now beached.
We've got 16 minutes left to go, and now we're going to have a safety car period as well.
Yeah, we're pretty much at the end. We've stopped the count. We've cleared Cheetah, or at least Adjust for Sleep. That Nova Proto 2 has cleared Cheetah, and is at Ingwe at the moment to collect the checkered flag for the SAES. 3 hours of Kyalami. And after round 5, it was still a challenge to tell the drivers apart in the overall championship standings. BBR's Hein Lataghan led and having the best chance of taking the championship home after round 6, if Inter Africa Racing's pair of Xolile Litlaka and Stuart White had nothing to say about it. Brad Liebenberg not being an entry meant Verissimo Tavares had a good chance of getting ahead and getting that 4th place. The Swiss Hotel School Adapt trio of Dean Wilson, Mark Harvey and Philip Meyer would have to take on Pesti Racing's Barent and Harem Pretorius in the 6th to 10th place positions. Dan Hirsch in 11th place for the Backdraft Racing Astron with 109 points. The Adjust for Sleep Rico Baller Racing trio of Jensen, Adcock and Visser occupying 12th to 14th place. And in the Class E V8 Roadsters National Championship, Dean Wilson, Mark Harvey and Philip Meyer all tied for first with 121 points. But they had to make sure they fend off Barent and Harem Pretorius closely behind them with 115, meaning that going into round 6, either of the drivers from those two teams had to take the win. That was it for round 5. Let's see how it all went down for the finale in round 6.
Right, here we go. We might have our Prime Circle now joining us on the grid. We've of course got a stage here. It's set up in the normal support pits. That's been sort of turned now into a festival area. Over 5,000 tickets were sold before last week got underway. And Prime Circle are joining us for one reason, Steve.
Other than playing the music festival, we're going to have them sing our national South African anthem. And I can feel the pride welling up. And I think it's time for us to stand as we will listen to Prime Circle.
Izwe mithandazo yethu Khosi sikelela thina lusapho lwayo more nyamboloka sitshaba saethu ofedise dintwa limathwele usibuluke South Africa, South Africa. Die blauw van onze hemel, die diepte van ons ziel. Ons eeuwige gebed waar die kransen antwoord geeft. Sounds a call to come together and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa, our land.
Prime Circle leading us into the 9 hours of Kyalami, and we are all set to go. What a special moment, Steve.
Oh, well, I've got goosebumps and tears in my eyes for that one. It's honestly, that is what you would love to hear at the start, but we've had the brilliant vocals. But as everything settles down, it's time to start firing up the symphony of the beast.
What a facility we have here. World class, I think, deserved of any international race certainly to come, and we are certainly running that caliber right here at the 9 hour. Right, round 6 of the South African Endurance Series, and it's the 1 hour dash. It's green flag, which means a rolling. The cars will hopefully all get away nicely. Not the easiest of cars to start, and here we get going. Yeah, our first 6, 7, 8 all rolling away.
And into Africa on the right-hand side. As we jump on board, we are getting ready to go. It is lights on as they circle around Ingwe. And everyone sees it. Get ready. Round 6, the final round of the championship, will go now as we start the 9 hours of Kyalami.
Right, well, Mike Verrier right on the inside of the Lamborghini. They're going to be 5 across going down the main straight. And is it going to be the Stradali to hold on to the lead? Look at that. Look at Rackstraw coming around the outside. He's taken into second place. Just an incredible bold move from a car that's just got a brand new engine. He takes second.
Well, that's time to go and test out an engine, but now Stradani's got a bit of a problem. The MJR Audi is on the chase into turn 2, passing and goes for it. Absolutely incredible stuff, but now this is going to be a bit of a difficult time for Stradani because they need to push a bit harder as MJR. And you can see Stuart White just lifting off a little bit. He doesn't want to get too involved, but is very concerned about Just for Sleep lying right behind him.
Andrew Rackstraw, what a talent he is, and he is one to watch. He is now putting pressure. So 2 different generations of Audis here. What have we got in the front 2?
So we've got the likes of the Audi R8 and the Audi R8 Evo that's behind. It's 2 different body kits that are on, but the Stradale is trying to break away from it.
But here we go. Now the Nova really challenging Olile Legatka in the Audi, and this could be... Oh, and he goes wide. He's made a mistake, and the Nova's going to move up into 3rd position. Early days, a lot of nervous jitters out there from our drivers.
Well, that's it, and it is crucial for Inter Africa to stay ahead of the Just for Sleep. No matter what, they need to win this race to walk away with the championship.
But where's Rackstraw?
That's a very good question, because
where's Rackstraw?
Rackstraw's gone. Has he gone into the pits?
Is Rackstraw in the pits? We'll have to have a look there. He's missing. So Charles Orangi is now leading Nick Adcock, in the Nova, and it is the Inter Africa Racing Lamborghini in 3rd.
Rackstraw stopped.
Rackstraw is, we'll see if we can catch it on camera, but he's actually going straight into the pits. So he's not coming to the pit box, he's gone straight in.
This means they can get all mechanics to get hands onto the cars to try and put it together. And there's already a laptop showing all the data. This is going to be a good run as we head back to our national V8 Roadsters, having a bit of fun. And they are battling out. You can see the corridors going and racing the VW, chasing down the backdrop Roadsters.
Look at the Leger. Oh man, that Leger is just a beautiful car. Just the Evo 2 with JP Stunder, the number 28. We'll keep an eye out for him where he is in the standing. So now it gives us a chance. And we've got JP Maro in the pits as well. Oh, we saw him slowing down. He's managed to get back to the pits. Right, back down. This is the 262 at the bottom of the mine shaft. And this is battle for position here. The 262 had a great race yesterday, of course, picking up the victory. And they've only got one thing in mind, and that is to win the title. Right, here comes the leaders already to catch them. We're only... How many laps are we in now? 4 laps in, and they've already caught the championship leader and the title contender in the E-Class. So there's about 100-kilometer difference between these 2 cars as they come down the main straight, and you can visibly see it.
It's sustainable because obviously we replaced an engine last night. It's a new one we put in, so small stuff can happen. But as you can see, the guys are getting ready to go out again.
This is good news for the number 80.
We also got a little bit of battle. This is our 1-hour dash, a 991 going and having a great fight out there.
The Mini, the back marker. This is going to be the story of the day. Where's the back marker's role on the corner? And it's going to be the Lotus that's going to benefit as the Mini tries to stay out of the way. And that beautiful Porsche just misses out. But we'll have the drive down the mine shaft. Look at this spot. You don't quite get the elevation in this image, but it is very steep downhill. And then a hard left, full taps through there, and find your right braking mark there as we head to the first of the 2 crocodiles.
Yep, in the Porsche is Roy Aubrey, who's going and having a ton of fun out there. And he gets it wrong, spins the tail out, and that's it. Unfortunately, too early on the power, and it said, nope, don't want to do that. The crocodiles.
Wow, look at this. What have we got? This is like... Is this Galulis that we've got over here?
Well, at the moment, I think that we've got a little bit of a bottle up there, and the drivers are trying to work their way through. And this is the problem with an endurance race. If you are not patient, you're going to get caught out and land up breaking a car. So Craig Jarvis is running away. He doesn't have to worry about Roy Aubrey, who's now gone off, but the Lotus now making up a bit of time and having to go side by side.
We are in the pits with Stuart White from Inter Africa Racing. As you can see, I'm standing on a tire because I'm tired of looking up at these tall guys. So I decided to get myself a bit of height right now. Stu, we want to know what's happening. You guys are currently second in the championship and you're having a good race so far. What's the strategy for today? How are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously we lost the championship lead yesterday, but at least it could have been much worse. We could have been completely out of it. So yeah, today is about keeping our noses clean. If we finish 1 position ahead of the Porsche, we'll win by 1 point basically. So it's just to see the end. I mean, 9 hours is very long. We discovered it last year as well. And the wind today is quite cold, so we might be seeing some thunderstorms later on. But this stage is just getting through the first few hours into the night time, and then the last 3 hours is when we really need to push.
As we now cut to the Lategan car over there, coming up behind the Porsche of Aubry.
They definitely have an interesting or exciting results, at least ahead of them, for the 9 hour with that Porsche in particular at the hands of Aubry. Look at the traffic, three backdrafts down the way.
This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem. Oh, and you know, we knew something like that would happen. Lategan over the sausage curb. That is a disastrous move for Lategan. He had to avoid one of the backdrafts there. There was a tussle going on, and I don't think the backdraft did anything wrong necessarily, and that is not going to be good news for the BBR team.
Everything was done according to the letter of the law here. It was a matter of Henk having to rein himself in effectively, because you're going for a closing space. And Crocodile, look how we had to take. That was full curb.
We can see everybody, a lot of the guys peeling into the pits, into Africa car, into the pits, using the safety car period to almost get out of jail free pit stops. So some clever tactics happening at the moment.
Now, as Into Africa pulls in, and it doesn't look like there's going to be a driver. No, it is a driver change as Stuart White.
Problems there for the MJR team. We spoke about the engine replacement for them. They damaged, snapped a conrod, a hole in the block. They spilt all their oil out on the track last night. That cut the compulsory night practice. That cut that down. So we had a get off early night last night. Still a long way to go. We've still got 7 hours 44 minutes to go in the race. And just the races within the race, we've seen the Kalex Cara Hill running into early problems as we once again see our amazing drone footage coming up on screen. You know, the two different types of cars taking different lines with the aero kit on that Nova Proto. It can afford to take the different lines. As side by side they cross over the line. Are we going to see an overtake move coming in here? Nick Adcock will be better positioned at the next corner, but it looks like Ranges has got it. No, he hasn't. Oh, and it's allowed Patamba to go through as well. So drama there as Patamba manages to get ahead of both of them.
And that is Dan Hirsch and Trevor Graham that was going out there. So they have stopped right at Clubhouse as you see the Black Bull Racing Porsche pull into the pits. A lot of people are going to be seeing a lot of refueling in the back of the cars. Well, the Porsches are always in the nose, and that is to help with the balance. Now, one thing about Porsches, as it all lightens up, they will start to have a little bit more rotation on the rear, but for a full tank, they're going to land up having a lot of understeer starting to come in. A bit of beautiful onboard shot, and this is coming down the mine shaft and will be really punching it through, usually going as fast as you can. And we do have another car stopped out on track, one of our backdrafts.
Yeah, it was a long stint. For us, for strategy, it was the best if I could double stint. So I had to go 1 hour and 50, and I literally count down the last minutes. So you wouldn't believe, I mean, 3 minutes before I had to come in, there was a safety car, so all working well.
As you see the DNH Transport getting a driver change, a fuel stop, and it looks like going to be a tyre change on the Audi R8 GT4. 2 safety cars during the course of this race, and now we're going under green as we move on to hour 3.
This is down the mine shaft. This is a dangerous place to overtake. And look on the inside line. He's likely to have a little dive, but Nick Adcock's struggling at this stage of the race. And you kind of feel with 4 drivers in that team, he's just trying to get his stint out of the way. He doesn't really fight too hard there.
Nah, not at all. There's no point.
Comes through. Here comes Koenig.
Yeah,
right.
Koenig gets past, and this, unfortunately, they've had to jump into another car. We don't know if that car is performing at the same level that they were performing at yesterday.
That is the Samlin Racing Lamborghini that's getting pushed back in. Now, let's just get updates. They are currently leading in Class B with the GT4 way down.
I do think Patamba might have some legs on him, but let's see what happens into the braking zone. Patamba down the inside.
Jensen, did he see him? Does he see him? Doesn't give him too much room. It squeezes him up against the curb. Oh, and let's see Patamba. He's definitely going to have another go now. Will Jensen see him now? Oh, he's well ahead there now, and that's going to be another lap down there now for the Rico Boller Racing Nova. So Roach is leading now. Giannicaro closing quickly. There's Giannicaro, the GT4. He doesn't go into the pits. Here comes the race leader past.
Oh my goodness me, that was close. Yuns almost collects the 95 car. He's not going into the pits. What is he doing? I don't understand why he would keep circulating at that pace. Now we did see a little spark coming out the back there. Hopefully that's not a telltale sign of something else. Here's the moment now. Could it be?
Right, so the GT4 has been waiting a long time, and the 95 doesn't resist, knowing that he's perhaps limping a little bit. And now we can see the true pace of that GT4. Will it be able to open up a gap? We'll see as he heads down. Look at the stream, the line that's been made there. Surely that can't continue. Sensors must be going crazy.
Man on a charge. Into the pits he goes. Into the pits he goes. Finally, let's see what the team will be doing. Will the car be wheeled back into the garage again, or will they be able to fix it in the pit lane itself?
That is the MJR at Cheetah trying to limp it back, and I don't think they're going to be able to get to the pits if it does run out of momentum.
There you go.
And okay, right, so whatever's gone on, they've got it fired up. Maybe gone to reserve, but not an easy time. So the MJR having a bit of a problem there. Hopefully we can get a bit of information of what's been happening to that Audi R8. And I had a chat to Maurice Jackson and said, it's been a busy time for you. He says, oh, well, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep going. The car needs to keep going as they now get it into the pits. They were planning to do they're doing fuel and tires. Did they run out of fuel with that car?
Perfect timing of that shot there as we see what a routine pit stop looks like. A twofold scenario there, an example of refueling and a driver change in anger.
I went very, very well. I think I must walk rather than sit. The car's lovely, it's going well. I don't know where we're standing now. The track's lovely, it's nice, a couple of dices. But yeah, my first time almost doing 2 hours. Now we know we can do it.
That, I've got it. It would be an interesting surprise to do it. If they put Charles Visser in, though, it would also make sense because of broad daylight. Oh, no, that is our leader. And going and landing into the dirt, Arnold Neveling going a little bit too wide, and that has now got the likes of Lamborghini. Stuart White immediately onto his tail. Stuart White keeps flashing his lights repeatedly, going to the likes of Arnold Neveling. I wonder if that's a little bit of frustration coming into play, a little bit of mind games coming in. But for the likes of Neveling, I think he's just gone and taken the rearview mirror and just turned it off, turned the camera off. Don't worry about it. Keep going, trottle along, no problems there. And allow Stuart White to keep hitting the button. So now White up on the inside, big sin. Neveling eventually letting him by, saying, okay, buddy, fine, no problems.
We have a problem with the air compressor that changes gears on the gearbox. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. Stuart pulled right up to us there at the end, and yeah, just on that last lap, it just couldn't change gears anymore, and tried all system overrides in the car, and yeah, it's a bit unfortunate.
Did the white car get going? You see Stuart White on the flashing button again.
Let's see where he loses it. It's the back coming out, the 169. It's been far too common, unfortunately, out at that point, and that is the who was at the wheel there? Was it Remy or Pedro? I didn't quite see there. The 169.
Let's go further.
Right, so safety car is out. So in shot, we've got this safety car that's caught the leader. That is the Lamborghini, and it is Patamba. In fact, we thought it might have been Kolile, but it is Mikael Patamba that has now taken that seat. And of course, we've had all this daytime racing action. Now it's time for a bit of nighttime action. Everything's going to change with the music going on, eating some lekker food, dancing. Watch a little Lamborghini, a little Audi go past, no problem.
Are we seeing any rain yet?
Stop it. You're going to leave the studio now. You're going to be gone.
I'm just asking.
No rain.
No rain. Prince is also saying no rain. No rain. What about you? No rain. Okay, no rain in commentary, but hopefully a little bit of drama we'd like to see. On my way here, actually, I saw Bigfoot also driving out. I mean, after unfortunately how things ended up for them, but they've packed up and they've left the track. But nonetheless, everybody is still on track and everybody's doing well. And man, it's great to see not only the drivers but us as well.
Let's just see now. We've seen this Calyx actually close up down the main straight, and this is trying to unlap themselves. Remember, they're many laps behind. Look, actually closing up there. So quite fast here. We still got
Anthony Pretorius pulling alongside Nathan Hammond momentarily there.
There's no need to fight, boys.
Hammond's
no need to fight.
Hammond's going to get it.
That's close. That's close. No need to fight here. Just have some good, clean racing. And here we go through Barbecue and now up towards the Sunset Corner. Once again, we'll see the calyx close up a little bit of puff of dust.
Dust out the back.
This is not a preferred overtaking spot, but don't tell that to a young racing driver as they go next to each other through Sunset. Fantastic synchronized driving here from the two. Now a hard break into Clubhouse. Next opportunity perhaps will be up at the top of Leeuwkop as they now make sure that they pick up their racing line. Don't want to compromise themselves and their speed. As they need to make space for a very fast approaching Nova that's running in second place. And here we go. He's about to unlap himself. Last time out, he was 10 seconds faster. Conditions changing, lots of back markers. He's flashing his lights. He's going to take a dive on the inside. He doesn't see him. Oh, he almost takes out his nose. That's 1 and 2. And that could have been really nasty. And this is exactly what can happen. That's why Henk Latergan just peacefully in the background. Will he see him this time out? Flashes his lights. He doesn't. He doesn't surrender that corner. No doubt he'll get him now maybe on the main straight. And he's coming up to a back marker.
flashing his lights and Jonathan flashing his lights for Stuart as well. He'll go through here. He goes through neatly there.
Oh, there goes those lights flashing. Oh, he's actually knocked. Oh, it's an incident. He's hit another car, and that's the number 11. He's actually hit him. It's not in a mechanical. It's just a bit of a lapse. Let's just quickly see who's in the car in the number 80 at the moment.
Andrew.
And it is Andrew Rackstraw.
Yeah. Well, BBR's pulling in. They will answer that for you.
Yeah, BBR, of course, looking fantastically well. That was Henk Latergan in the car there, and Henk Latergan pumping out those best laps, his best time done in this session of 149.543. And now it looks like Keegan Masters is jumping in over there.
We're struggling with ventilation in the car, so the car's overheating on the inside, and then we're running at about 107 temp. So in the straight lines, the car's struggling a bit against the Cobras, but it's just managing it and finishing it from here.
This means that we're almost in the 2/3 mark, which is the magic mark. After the 2/3, you're kind of at the top of the hill. It's a downhill ride now to the finish line. If you can make it to that finish line, and that's exactly
you will make it to that finish line. You got to be positive.
Well, we're going to make it. We're going to make it to the finish line quite easily, but it's a lot harder when you're trying to wheel a car that is, as I mentioned earlier on, the walking wounded for some of these guys, specifically that 262 car, which is literally.
We're not going to talk about that. It's fine. It's okay. It will make it to the end.
It's got a wire holding 5th gear in place, man.
It's an automatic.
Okay. Letlaka's in the pits. Letlaka is in the pits. There we go. And Jonathan Thomas takes the lead of this race once again. Letlaka.
That's a drive-through.
Why did he do that, though?
That is a drive-through. That's a penalty.
Yeah. Oh, someone's gone sideways at the top of the hill. There's some fluid at the top of the hill because 2 cars, including the 131, has gone sideways at the top of the hill by Leeuwkop. So maybe just an avoiding action there. Now getting challenged is the 131 car.
Yes, but he's getting challenged by a blue-flagged car. So what's happening is Gavin Rook is defending against a car, trying to unlap himself. And now we're having a bit of a battling time out there. So that is the number 55. And that is going to be our backdraft racing with Ludovic Curran and Steve Brooks behind the wheel.
Yeah, so that's Curran giving him the, trying to stick it up down the inside. Oh, he's going for it again. He really is going for it this time. And here comes Letlaka, who's going to get cut off by Karen. Karen makes the move. And Karen all over the place here. Not good. Battling with 2 cars that are trying to get past
Rook is losing his temper. That is losing one's temper, and he's squeezing to the wall. Best case scenario for the team is just tell Karen, tell him to let Karen go. This is not worth it. It's going to land up in a crash, and you can see leading onto the fringes, actually closing around the pit lane. This is not worth it.
Ooh, the 55 car makes the move stick. I think it's time to let him go.
Gavin Rook actually pointing a finger, and also a very slow car. But take a look. It is tagged on the left quarter, turned him around, and that is the number 27. That is Lance.
That's Lance, yeah. That
is Fabian Lance. That tagged, but now what has that done to her suspension?
That was almost a massive collision there with one of the VWs coming through there. This could have
That was the Samlin. That was the Samlin.
That's ended terribly for these guys. I'm so glad everybody got away with that one.
Yeah, it's very beneficial. We're on a good trajectory now, especially because Into Africa had a drive-through penalty, and also we were caught up on the same lap with the safety car. So Jonathan's really doing a good job putting the laps together and stuff, and it really takes off the pressure from me.
As we look on screen now, the Adjust for Sleep car is in the pits. The brakes smoking in anticipation for the next lap. Could it be? It looks like Letlaka is pitting though.
Okay, so
Just waiting for confirmation there. Pedro Garcia. Oh, there's something wrong with that car. There's something wrong with the front suspension of that car. You can see the way he's turning the left wheel over there. It's turning, but the right wheel's not playing games. And this could mean a safety car. And this will mean that Patamba should be able to catch up. Oh, runs very wide over there. So something broke on that car. I don't think...
That would be a control arm that would have let go at that point. There's a bit to that. And as we see Gavin Rook climbing out, Richmond here is going to climb in, and he's not in a good mood. You can see it straight off the bat.
Whose fault was it? I'm going to ask you first.
So normally they say the one behind is at fault. That was me.
So you're owning it. And Gavin, what do you have to say to this?
This was one of those normal occasions, so yes.
How is it?
We just, unfortunately, we picked up an internal issue with the engine. We've been struggling a little bit with the serpentine belt jumping off. We had a similar issue at Kyalami earlier this year, and it looks like maybe it just caught up with us, and that the engine just, they don't like to be stressed like that long term. Today was quite a warm day.
And somebody's come to a standstill on the side of the track by the look of things.
Big exit, yeah. Trevor Graham and Dan Hirsch have decided to make the switch around, go for the full-on fuel, and take the safety car opportunity for a splash and dash.
I think it's just been typical race day gremlins. Racing is a cruel mistress, and unfortunately, just luck hasn't been on our side these last few rounds.
Are they already heading out to the pit? Yes, they are. So we now get the chance to see what Charles Visser can do behind the wheel. Yeah, it looks like this is the long-awaited driver change that we're going to have.
Well, it's just a testament to Volkswagen's products. I mean, the cars are just bulletproof. Obviously, I'm quite surprised myself. A little disappointed, very, very happy. It's a confusing moment.
Yeah, look, we obviously still fingers crossed, still a bit to go. I see the Nova actually just stopped, so we might actually be leading again. So yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, unfortunately, we came onto a technical issue on the car, but it's a manageable issue. We're going to see what we can do now with Henk. But yeah, I think that the Porsche is strong, so let's see if it can make it to the end.
Yeah, Paige, it's a stressful sport. This, 4 people in the team. And obviously it's going to be tight for the win tonight against the other guys. But you know what? I believe in what we've done today. I think Charlie's on good pace. And hopefully we can pull it off.
So this is now the Lamborghini coming in. We'll see Visser now take the lead of the race. Well, Lilia's going in because they're going to win the championship and bring it home steady. Right, so there we go. The Nova's coming into the pits.
Coming in. This is the fuel stop. This is the fuel stop. And then after this, it's a head-to-head race.
Right, let's have a look. So we'll see now, is this a splash and a dash? So we see some action. This is great onboard footage here. Now we go into the pits. I don't see tyres lying there.
No.
So there's no tyres. It's going to be a splash and a dash. Restarting, and now he's going to go. He's going. He's going. Now he is going. Charles Visser is going. Stuart White, where is he on track? We're keeping an eye out. We're listening for the roar of the green Lamborghini.
There he goes.
He goes. He's going to take the lead.
Stuart takes the lead.
Safety car boarding, and there's the safety car. And you were right. It was a car that was perhaps parked up at the top at Leeuwkop.
And now Piet van der Walt. I mean, my commentator's cursed.
Yeah, so that is one of the backdrops there that's got. You were right.
Terminal damage looks like. If you look all over the world, most night races don't have lights on the circuit. It's only those Formula One guys that don't want to. Oh, there's the cone.
Don't hit it.
There's the cone that everybody's talking about. So the marshals will have to get that cone off the circuit.
Yeah. In fact, that cone, it wasn't there earlier. I did notice it now. That somebody knocked out there. So somebody has certainly knocked it.
We've got about an hour to go. We have a slender lead of 1 second to the Nova. You know what? We are not racing the Nova, right? We are in for the championship. If we come second, we win the championship. But it would be nice to win this race. It would be nice to finally beat the Nova in this track. They've beaten us every time we've been here with them. It's too early to call. We tried to play a nice strategy. We know that they've just refueled now, but they didn't change tires. We're on fresher tires and a fresher driver and being steward in the car now. But I mean, it's tight. I mean, they just did a 141.2 now, and so we don't know. But we're in a good place. We're in a good place for the championship. We can't call it yet. Still an hour to go.
There's one thing missing, and I challenged Zolile earlier today. I said, Zolile, we need a women's team out here because you got everything in that team but a women's team. So I'm going to hold you to that for next year.
Many years ago, I fully sponsored a team that had a woman, Lonica. You know, she was an amazing racer. And I believe that we need to do that. We need to do that for motorsport. We need to see and almost learn from what the other guys are doing. We need a women's team here, and we need to see if we cannot develop it from grassroots. I mean, we can't lose people like you, I mean, with all your experience in motorsport and racing. I truly believe that we need to do this.
Changes just happened just now. The lead has changed back to Visser. Visser is in the lead and overtook Stuart White. While the conversation was happening, we had the in-shots in the two screens there, and you might have seen that overtaking move take place. And it's completely changed the complexion of what Inter Africa have to look forward to. We know they're in it for the championship from this position. However, the win has slipped potentially through their fingers. We have under an hour to go.
Oh no, they stopped. They're swapping drivers, okay. This is gonna be a bit of a difficult one. Now they're going to have to really shove the car as hard as possible to move it forward. And it's going to be wandering. Alan Koenig checking underneath, checking the brakes. They're not happy with the car. Now they're just looking what to do. Michael Koenig's out the car. That's Bernard Pretorius in the car at the moment. It's going to be a big chase for them.
From yesterday we had gearbox problems, and then today was like the car was amazing. I said to Ron, so if the car stays like this we'll win, and then we had gearbox problems. So right now we have fifth gear only. It's jumping out of fifth, so I've had to get a strong left arm to hold it in place now. But this car's going like, if we keep like this, I think we're on for a good finish at least.
We've got the oh no, that is the Hammond car you have spoken about, and there is smoke.
That's the Class B championship leader.
That's a fire extinguisher that's gone off in there. They've sprayed it with a fire extinguisher and they're about to fuel. So not ideal circumstances for the Lamborghini Gallardo, and unfortunately that beef has just gotten hot.
It's just a bit of fuel that spilled over from filling the car, and it would touch a hard component, so it caught a little bit of fire, but fortunately they were quick enough to put it out. I don't think any harm was done, and I must say I'm exceptionally proud how cool the guys kept their heads when they did this, and the whole team, especially the drivers, all of them, from Keegan, Jagger, Damien, Nathan, Wayne, exceptionally well.
Again, as there was nearly an impact with a car, as we do see the BBR come rushing in, but that was nearly a heartbreaking moment. Came barreling into the corner, and that might have been the corridor set stuck in third gear. They didn't expect to be at that pace, so not ideal circumstances. And we're waiting to get some views back, but they're also just attending to BBR at this point. And
wow.
I don't think they might have hit it, but I think someone has officially changed the blue and white overall to a new set of colors.
Yeah. Keegan Masters up and away in the BBR number 5 to close it up. He wasn't quite sure about whether or not he'd step back into the car and had to make sure that he had enough time with the assistance of the timekeepers in the seat of that BBR, and it does seem like he needed another few minutes or rotations around this beautiful circuit to close it up and stay within regs.
Stuart White may be able to get this, but Charles Visser is going to go elbows out. So what's going to give out first? Is the drivers going to give, or is the machinery going to say no more? Because they will turn off if it starts getting low on fuel. They will start restricting power completely. So Charles Visser's only options now is lift, coast, and engine management change as they catch up to Corridors. And at the moment, I don't think lifting and coasting is anything, and I wouldn't recommend the engine map change, so you're going to have to find the next best option, as we do see Stuart White on the right-hand side as they charge down the mine shaft, and it is going to be still side by side. He can't quite move to the right. Stuart White giving a quick flash of the lights just to say he's going to go and attempt to come on by. Charles Visser defends the inside line. He launches up on the inside of one of the backdrops, and that may be just enough to keep Stuart White at bay.
Right now, the most likely thing to happen is the thing we wanted to happen, to crown 5 champions at the end of this race, and each and every one of them have been in the best position to secure that.
Oh no, there's a car broken down! No. This is going to bring out the safety car!
Where is this? Who is this?
I don't know. That is one car smoking, parked off. It's a backdraft roadster.
You can't catch a break. You can't catch a break in this series.
Hi, folks.
That's been us for the past hour, I think.
Who is it? So 23 spun round, hit the wall, and they were fighting for second and first in our national roasters.
Yep.
This has been our most consistent team throughout the season.
They were the
who
benchmark.
won the index last year is gone, out, finito, finished, game over, done, dusted, walking out of there and going to be saying, well done to Pesty Racing, if Pesty gets across the line at this point.
Right now, we have about 3 minutes left of this endurance race, and you guys are in the lead behind the safety car.
Yes, exactly. We in the lead, but it's very, very, very close. Very close.
Yeah, so I think we're about 2 minutes away now, and they are just in the lead. If this safety car stays out, they're going to win this race. It is neck and neck. But Jonathan, you got an official lap record at Kyalami Grand Prix circuit today. Tell us about that.
No, it was great. We weren't aiming for that. I was just trying to put a good stint in. We knew we had to claw the back up into Africa. And then it's just, as a bonus, while doing that, we got the official lap record.
But I'm looking at this, and I've seen a finish like this before, Prince, but we cannot take it away from the drivers. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your winners, when they come across the line, are Just for Sleep and Rico Barlow, after 9 hours of a gap of 0.5 of a second, will take the win for 2024, the 9 hours of Kyalami, and the winners of the 2024 SAES A-Class Championship will go to Inter Africa. 2 years they've been fighting for it. They lost out by 1 point and 5 minutes last year. This time they swapped the car over, they fought through adversity, and it's time for the Green Mamba to come across the line and take the championship they've been fighting for 2 years. But Rico Barlow, the Norman Nova, the car out of nowhere, has absolutely won it with Charles Visser behind it. They have taken the lap record, they have taken the win, they have taken history for 2024.
We came here last year and won, and now we've just done the double, and it was a lot tighter race than last year. And I've got to say thank you so much to Michael and to Jonathan and to John. Look how much he put into it. The poor lad is absolutely exhausted to hold off Stuart White in those last few hour.
Yeah.
He absolute champions drive. Well done, Charles.
Yeah, it's been a long season. I mean, thanks to Kalila for the opportunity, the team, and Patimba today. I mean, Mikael did a fantastic job. Good to see him. There he is. Come on in. Yeah, thanks to him, he did a great job. We kept on extending him to be on the lead lap with the safety car window, so thanks Wim for holding on in there. And Minutes Redemption Day, we lost it last year, but we brought it home this year.
Everything which actually could go wrong did go wrong this weekend, so yeah, it's been an awesome week, awesome weekend, and also it's been such good racing this entire weekend, so we're super happy with the win. We've worked so hard this year for this championship, and to finally get a win, it's amazing.
And when it was all said and done for round 6, it was Inter Africa Racing that brought the championship home with 231 points apiece for Xolile Tlaka and Stewie White in first and second respectively. Hein Latachan and Verissimo Tavares took third and fourth respectively, with Hein just missing out on the championship. The Just for Sleep team of Michael Jensen, Nick Adcock and Charles Visser had to settle for 5th to 7th place. Barend and Harden Pretorius finished the championship in 8th and 9th, while Henk Latachan wraps up the top 10. Damian Hammond and Wayne Roach will be proud of their effort, first time out in the championship, with 11th and 12th for Samlin Racing. Backdraft Racing Astron's Dan Hirsch and Trevor Graham on 13th and 14th, while Fast Development Racing's Anthony Pretorius is in 15th place. Fabian Lantz, Brad Liebenberg, Bapo Khobuluza, File Ulumisa, as well as Dean Walson wrap up your top 20. And in Class E's V8 Roadsters, Pesky Racing's Barend and Harem Pretorius have the honor of taking the first Class E championship since it gained national status. Dan Hirsch and Trevor Graham in 3rd and 4th respectively, with Fabian Lantz in 5th place for the championship. Bapo Khobuluza and File Ulumisa tied for points with 127 in 6th and 7th respectively, while Dean Wilson, Mark Harvey and Philip Mayer wrap up your top 10 for Swiss Hotel School Adapt in the Class E V8 Roadster Championship.
I mean, this has just been a entire weekend of note, and it's been crazy for the drivers and for the teams. What a day. What a weekend. I mean, from Friday to Saturday. It started on Thursday, let's be honest. It's all just carried through. Round 5, round 6, a double header. They came in with double points on the Saturday, all or nothing, the end of the championship. The results, the champions are only going to get at the end of all this. I mean, right at the last, it's just been an absolutely mental time. My nerves are shot. I am sick and tired of this gigantic rule book, and it is just... wow, what a season.
Thank you for saying what a season, because I would say this began in February of this year. Began right at the beginning. The stage was set from Red Star right up until the last couple of seconds of the championship. You can't make something like that up. And you can't make up the raw emotion you've seen across the board with every class. This means so much to each and every one of the individuals. We never spoke to all of them. We never got a chance to speak to each and every one of the winners, because some are in their corners celebrating, crying, hugging each other in disbelief of the achievement of your Class C and Class B winners. We've yet to soak the moment in with them. There's just so much to talk about in terms of how the championship came to a wrap, but it's been an incredible weekend. It came down to an incredible day. It came down to an incredible final hour and second. It's really been an honor to be beside all of you South Africans, all of you from around the world enjoying this moment in motorsport. It's been incredible to be with here, the SAES team. We'd like to bid you farewell and bid you goodbye. From us to you, it's thank you, and we'll see you again next season as we go over now to the celebration of the day's racing.